mate.
I could not get a permanent job. I was taken on occasionally to tide firms over a rush or to do special bookkeeping work that had been allowed to accumulate. I was conditioned to expect work only from those who sensed I would work harder to hold the job than healthy men who had had no experience of unemployment. But I was luckier than them.
Come on, boy!
Oh, that's the way! You show him, Alan.
Yeah, I reckon if you put the both of them on, you'd beat them.
Ooh, yes.
Well, you're looking very flash today, Alan. Hope Miss Truman appreciates all your trying.
What makes you think I'm dressing up just for her, eh?
What? You mean none of us are safe?
Good afternoon, Biddy.
Hello, Alan.
Sit, heads!
What's this? Working in a lunch hour? You'll have the unions onto us.
Oh, the bloody unions. Did you read that pamphlet I gave you?
Yeah.
Oh, well?
Didn't understand it.
What, you an accountant?
What do you mean you didn't understand it?
Well, if he can't understand it, who can?
Well, there's nothing difficult about Douglas credit. It's basic economics.
Yeah, well, all I know about economics is I've got to get this machine going again by 12:30, so come on.
I'll speak to you later. We're having a meeting Friday. You ought to come along.
George. Good afternoon, Miss Truman.
Good afternoon, Alan.
Mr. Clines.
Hi, good day, Alan. You're in for a busy day.
Eh?
Miss Claus wants a detailed breakdown of last month's orders.
What for?
She thinks I made a mistake.
Did you?
The only irregularity I can see is this duplication of a consignment to Camberwell. Both signed by Rickety Kate herself.
Did you tell her?
She'll find out soon enough. Oh, Mr. Fulsham's coming in this afternoon. That's why there's all the hurry.
And they have this ready today.
Not if it's impossible. Tomorrow will do. Gives her today to rant and rave about how I'm sending the company broke. Somebody is. Sales manageress. Like I said, don't bust a boil.
And I thought a job in the shoe trade would be straightforward.
Oh, it's not the business that's complex, Alan. Just the people.
Right there, you lot. Shake a leg. Let's get those orders filled.
We don't seem to be doing very well, do we?
Is anyone? Things can only improve. How's the writing?
Oh, all right. I'm working on this short story at the moment about a managing director and a sales manageress. Everybody thinks they've got it in for one another, but in fact, they're really in love.
Mr. Marshall?
Yes, Miss Claus.
I'd like a store-by-store summary of last month's figures.
Yes, I know. Mr. Klein's already told me.
How long will it take you?
Oh, 3 or 4 hours at least, and I've got the timesheets to do later.
I was hoping to discuss them with Mr. Fulsham this afternoon.
Well, there are some orders here that seem to have been duplicated.
Just do the summary, Mr. Marshall. I'll draw my own conclusions.
Taking sides, Alan.
Why doesn't Klein's tell her she's made a mistake?
I think he feels Miss Claus has got it in for him. He rather relishes the opportunity to show her up.
Yeah, well, he'd better watch it doesn't backfire. It could be said there's not room for both of them when we all know who's got the bosses here.
Oh, Mr. Klein's is secure enough. After all, he's got a stake in the place.
Eh?
When Mr. Fulsham took over, he offered the employees the chance to buy parcels of shares.
How generous. What do they use for money?
Oh, most borrowed against their houses.
Do you mean to say Klein's mortgaged his home to buy into this place?
Yes. Quite a few of us did.
You as well?
I'd just inherited this little terrace from my auntie.
You must have a lot of faith in this lot.
It was a very attractive offer at the time, when the firm was making money.
And now?
We'll weather it out.
Well, it makes things a little different, doesn't it? In a way, you're my employer.
I'm hardly a major stockholder.
Still.
Not like Ralph Klein's.
Now I understand why he takes it so personally. What about you?
I just get on with the job.
Good afternoon, Alan.
Good afternoon.
Miss Truman. Is Miss Claus...
She's in your office, Mr. Fulsham.
Oh, is she... Carry on.
What do you think they do in there?
Alan.
Hello, Kate.
Frederick?
I must say that you're looking particularly attractive today.
What is it, Mabel?
I want some aspirins.
Not again.
Oh, go ahead.
How many?
4?
4. What do you do with them all?
Oh, I flush them down the lab.
I think you must. Look, I only bought this bottle last week.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Marshall, sir.
Go on, get back to work. Mr. Fulsham's in there and he'd better not catch you slacking.
You're worse than Mr. Klein's.
You know, I think she's sweet on you.
Who, me?
Those aspirins. And all you can do is send her back to work.
Any excuse to leave the machines?
Oh, perhaps she's got a problem.
She has. She's bone idle.
Man with your qualifications. She could do worse.
Marriage, that's all I think about.
Oh, do you blame them?
Well, you don't, do you?
I'm waiting for Mr. Wright.
Well, so am I. Miss Wright, that is.
Mr. Marshall,
Yes.
Mr. Fulsham would like to see you at once.
Yes, Miss Claus. Yes, Mr. Fulsham.
Ah, yes, Alan. Alan, Kate and I, Miss Claus and I have been talking. This breakdown on last month's figures.
Yes, well, it's quite a task.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, of course it is. Well, you see, that's the point. You can't be expected to do what you have to do in just working half days.
Quite.
And, of course, the information is vital if we're to run the business properly.
I agree.
Yes, so we thought that although times are a little tight, that it would perhaps be a sense of false economy to only have you working half days. And with fuller accounting procedures, well, maybe we can, make cuts in other places.
Well, I'd hate to be the cause of somebody else losing their job.
What?
Well, you did say that times are tight.
Well, do you want to work full days or not?
Well, of course I do.
Well, then, who's leaving?
No one's leaving. No one at all. Oh. For the moment. We'd like you to start in the morning, Mr. Marshall.
Fine.
And you'll have that summary by the afternoon?
It'll be ready. Miss Claus, about that double consignment...
Just leave it till tomorrow, Mr. Marshall. Frederick, it's time we were going.
Oh, is that the time? Yes, we'd better be going then. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Alan.
Yes, yes.
My dear. Oh, well, now. Thank you, Alan. Oh, good afternoon, Miss Truman.
What was that all about?
I'm to work full time.
that good?
Of course it is.
What about your writing?
Oh, that? Well, the mornings were never much use. I'm a bit of a night owl, really.
And congratulations.
Thanks very much. Now then. Let's see. Working out my new salary.
Saving up for something, are you?
Oh, I've already got the deposit. It's the weekly payments I have to find. You beauty.
Well,
I can do it.
do what?
It's a surprise.
Will I be the first to know?
No, not the first.
You mean there's someone else?
Afraid so.
You realise this means you're off my list?
Well, you can't have everything. You didn't waste your time.
What?
Fulsham's barely out the gate.
Yeah, well, I haven't come to see you. To try these on, please, Miss Truman. They're the first of the batch. How they feel?
Fine.
Walk around. Comfortable?
Very.
Pretty good, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
You know, Miss Truman's a perfect size for it, don't you?
Is that all?
Yeah. It's hard.
Good colour, Adam.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect size for, all right. Perfect.
You know, I think he's sweet on you.
Oh.
Caught ya.
See you in the morning, Alan.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan! Give some piggyback. Come on, I'll race down.
You're pretty energetic after a hard day's work.
She doesn't know what hard work is.
What do you do?
Listen, Mabel, what do you do with all those Aspros?
I give them to Sadie. Aww. She reckons it gives her sex appeal. What do you reckon, Mum?
Oh, I haven't noticed anything. You, Blue?
Hey?
Oh, forget it.
Well, what are we doing?
Don't know about you lot, but I'm going to watch the footy practice.
Oh, I'm with you.
Well, what about us?
What about you?
Oh, Biddy. I've been meaning to ask you. You doing anything Saturday night?
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you might like to go to the pictures.
Oh, I see.
Well, what do you say?
I'd love to.
Great.
Where we meet.
I'll pick you up.
Well, it's a long way out of your way.
It's all right.
It's a fairer walk to the tram,
Don't worry.
if you're sure.
I'm sure. 7:30?
7:30.
You coming?
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Take the interest-bearing qualities out of money, you've only got a ticket of exchange.
How's that right?
Yeah, more tickets you got, the more you can buy. You could have a motor car for every day of the week.
No, won't do me.
I tell you, brother, the workers won't stand much more of this. The Douglas credit's coming. Huh. This bloke I was talking to was going crook about buying from Japan. I said, well, of course we want to buy from Japan. We'll give them all the credit they want. If the Japs want to do all the work, let them. We can all go off fishing or hunting. Turn Australia into one big hunt club.
Yeah, hey, hello. What are you doing?
Morning. They put me on a full week, didn't they tell you?
No, I'm only the factory manager, son. I'd be the last to know.
Yeah, well, sorry, I probably should have...
No, not your fault, lad. It's that meddling woman. She will send us all to the poorhouse.
Now, did you read that pamphlet again? see, they got up a petition to put to the king. It's signed by lords and everything, including the Bishop of Liverpool.
The Bishop of Liverpool?
The Bishop of Liverpool. Now, that'll make the king sit up and take notice. The world's waking up. Oh, I'll talk to you later. Morning, Miss Truman.
Well?
It's good to talk to someone who understands.
Don't tell me he signed you up.
That'll be the day.
Did you finish that summary?
Yes, I put it on Mr. Fulsham's desk.
Good. Now, there's a young girl coming in this afternoon about a job. If she seems all right, you can put her on.
Righto.
If it's good enough for Rickety Kate to expand up here, then I'll not skimp on the floor.
Well, things could be worse.
Could they?
Jack Terrell and his Douglas creditors could be running the place.
I've come to see Mr. Marshall.
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Hales. Factory manager told me to come and see you about the job. For the girl here, Leela. Leela, say hello to Mr. Marshall.
Hello, Mr. Marshall.
Hello, Leela. Would you like to come over?
My God, it's hot. Oh, and what a walk. Especially with a youngster in tow.
Down. Now then, what have you got for me?
Oh, I've been to the department. I got this permission thing that says she can work under the award.
How old are you, Leela?
18. Oh, just. No, she's had no experience, you know, but she's very keen to learn.
Well, that's the main thing.
It's not easy, you know, what with 7 kids and jobs as scarce as they are. And a father's not much use to anyone, I'm here to tell you.
When can you start?
Oh, right away, if you like.
Fine.
You got threepence for the tram? Of course she has. I sorted that before we left. Now, is there anything else?
No, that's all, Mrs. Hales. I'll just fill out her worksheet.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Marshall. I hope you find it satisfactory. Now, you work hard for the man, because he'll be 10 to take your place if you don't. Whew, by God, it's hot. You've got it. Now, see you keep it.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye, love.
Take a seat, Leela, until I finish your form. Then I'll get someone to show you around.
Will you take a look at that? Oh. Things are looking up.
Don't look there. Those 2 over there are more dangerous than the machine, especially the one on the right. Going out for lunch?
There's something I have to do in town. Could you cover for me if I'm late back?
You could always do the banking.
The perfect excuse.
What are you up to, Alan?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I'm having a bit of a technical problem. It mightn't happen.
You're always like this.
Well, they say that if you talk about your stories before you write them, well, you'll never get around to it. I reckon it's the same with surprises. If I tell you, it mightn't happen.
Aren't we superstitious?
Oh, I'm having a pretty good run at the moment. Don't want to ruin my luck.
Watch out for black cats.
It's the banana skins that get me.
So
Sorry, I can't talk. I'm in a hurry.
He's talking to you. Mate. Here, love. Have one of mine. Oh, Ta.
Uh-oh. There's trouble, girls.
G'day, beautiful. Who's your friend?
Miss Hales, Mr. Hughes and Mr. Henderson.
Hey, what's all this formal stuff? Bronzer name?
Lena.
Leela. That is a pretty name.
Yeah.
You know, it suits you. You'll be seeing a fair bit of me round the place.
Does she have to?
Oh, come on. We're all workmates, aren't we?
You lost your ball?
See you around, Leela.
Not if you know what's good for you.
The only mistake in last month's figures is a double consignment to Camberwell.
It's a very popular line.
Popular? The managers have been warning us for months. They can't sell the ones they've got. And you go and sign for a double order.
I don't have to stand for this. But do I have to stand for this?
We can't afford to be stuck with any deadlines, business the way it is. We haven't any margins anymore.
Address yourself to me, not Mr. Fulsham. I'm in charge of sales.
Yeah, that's the problem.
What?
What I want to know is what was wrong with the old system. We never had a sales manageress before. We've got our shops, they ordered what they wanted.
Mr. Clines, you forget yourself. Are you going to stand for this?
Now, you listen to me, dearie. I've been here a lot longer than you have. And longer than him, for that matter. And what's more, I've got shares. Not as many as Mr. Fulsham, perhaps. But by God, I've got a right to say my piece.
Will you say something?
Hey?
The saga of the double consignment.
Oh.
I have never been so insulted in all my
Katie,
life.
Miss Claus.
After everything I've done for you, Frederick, and this is the thanks I get, I never want to see you again.
What about the car? What about the car?
She's got the keys.
Blast!
Done bloody good riddance.
You know, the weekend can't come quick enough for me.
Me neither.
Is that yours?
Well, sort of. I put some money down. The rest's on time payment.
You're an accountant and you believe in getting things on the never.
Why not?
My mum says it's the quickest way to go broke there is.
Come on, get in.
Can you drive it?
Of course we can.
Should have told my parents about this.
Why? Safer than a horse and cart, you know. Now, I can just remember where I... Keys, here we are. Which is the lucky.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't it?
Just needs a bit of adjusting.
Huh.
Come on. Sit down.
So much for the pictures.
Do you mind?
That depends.
Always a serious one.
What do you mean?
Well, you're not like the others.
You mean like Mabel and Sadie?
Oh, well, you're not like them.
Oh, I should hope so.
It's just that I haven't got my licence yet. I wasn't too keen on driving in the city.
I could have waited till you got it.
Oh, I couldn't.
So, you bought yourself a car?
Surprised?
Oh, terrified.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, if my mother could see me now.
What would she say?
Careful.
I'm a cripple.
Don't say that.
Why not?
I don't think of you as... It's an ugly word.
What about lame, then?
That's no better.
Well, how do you think of me?
Someone with a sense of humour. Someone that's fun to be with.
A good sort.
Yeah, if you like.
I don't.
What do you think of me?
Oh, I thought I was asking the questions.
Don't be evasive.
I think you're really beautiful.
You're just saying that.
I know.
Oh.
I was only joking.
When you said I was beautiful.
When I said I was just saying that.
Are you all right?
A motor car.
An Oakland tourer.
You didn't waste much time.
Not once I'd made up my mind.
What about driving lessons?
What about him? I taught myself to ride a horse, didn't I?
Maybe so.
The main problem's this jolly lever I had installed to work the accelerator. It's a nasty habit of sticking on me. It's got to be something to do with this return spring.
Good morning, Miss Claus.
Miss Truman, Mr. Marshall.
Morning, Miss Claus. Well, seems like Fred Fulsham's got his car back.
How's it going, Tom?
Oh, good enough.
How's it going, Jack? Oh, it's an uphill battle, Alan. It's a waste of time. There's a 15% interest on this. A plus B, you see. Can't be done. How can you expect wages to buy materials plus profits plus overhead? A can't buy A plus B. It can't be done.
It's been done for a long time up until now.
Prices are too high in relation to purchasing power. The credit of a country is regulated by the selling price of its goods. Can't you see that, brother?
What'd you do Saturday night?
Nothing. What?
I'll call round to see you. You're out.
It's funny. Mum never said. Didn't either.
Where'd you go?
None of your business.
Oh, I think he suits you.
Who?
Oh, Alan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, at least you can't get into trouble with a bloke on crutches.
Hey, Linda, what are you doing tonight? How about coming out with me?
I can't.
Come on, be a sport. Just for a little while, I won't keep you late.
My mum won't let me.
Sneak out for a while. Meet me in front of the town wall.
I don't know.
Come on, I'm out about you, 8 o'clock, all right?
Good God. A young girl of 18 stripped off her clothes and drowned herself in the river.
Good heavens.
Her mother was there, howling among the police as they had the hooks out.
Oh, that's dreadful. She must have been game. I couldn't have done that.
What? Jumped in the river?
No, the other thing. She must have been terribly unhappy.
She must have been very unhappy to have taken her life.
Some people have a wretched time of it. And we think we've got problems.
I haven't. Have you?
Only a terrible handicap at golf.
Well, I don't think you'd be throwing yourself in the Yarra for that.
I'll swap you.
Oh, no, thanks.
What was Ron talking to you about this morning? Oh, nothing. You want to watch him, you know, Leela. Men are only interested in one thing. I know.
Quick, the first aid box.
What's happened?
Well, he's cut his bloody hand off.
What happened? Blew in that bloody machine. They've taken him up to hospital.
Let us through there.
How is he?
You'll be all right.
Righto, come on, back to work.
Look, take our car this way.
He's got a young wife and a couple of kids.
If the accident was a result of his own negligence...
What about ours? He was tired and overworked. Isn't that our responsibility?
We have to fill in the insurance claim properly.
Why?
Because if we don't, the company is liable.
Well, I damn well think it should be.
Was the safety guard on the machine?
Yes.
Was the man qualified to use it?
Well, of course he was.
But then that is the end of the matter. How much did he earn a week?
£3.
God knows how he kept a family on that.
Have you worked out the insurance?
Well, if it was his fault, there's only a payment if he dies.
Is that a possibility?
It's possible, yes.
What would his family get?
£500.
Oh, so that's the value they place on a man. 500 quid. And what value do we place on a loyal employee?
Believe me, Mr. Clines, there is nothing that I would like better than to be able to help. And who knows, maybe we can make some ex gratia payments later on. But if we can keep on paying wages, it's going to be an achievement. I know that you've been critical of the way I run things around here, Mr. Clines, hiring Miss Claus and other things. Well, it may interest you to know that Miss Claus has not drawn a salary check for the past 3 months. The trouble is with you, Clines, you're still back in the years after the war when everything was buoyant, when the modern shoe company could afford to be a benevolent employer. Well, not anymore. And I assure you, I regret that just as much as you do.
Poor old Blue. Would have to be his right hand.
Oh, he'll be right. Fulsham said he'd hold his job for him.
What's he live on in the meantime? Alan? I really would like to go to the pictures next week.
Of course.
We never seem to get there, do we? I don't want us to be like the others at the factory.
How do you mean?
I don't know. Like Miss Claus and Mr. Fulsham.
I hope not.
and the others in their silly flings.
Hey, it's me you're talking to, not Ronnie Hughes.
Alan, what do you think of me?
I think you talk too much.
Alan? You still knocking around with Biddy Freeman?
How did you know?
It's not a secret, is it? After all, it's a month since you first took her out.
Yes, well, Biddy likes to keep it quiet. She doesn't like to think of the others talking about us the way they do about old Fulsham and Rickety Kate.
Oh, I hardly think that's likely. Not unless, of course, you're already married.
Not that I can remember.
Or made her a present of your motor car.
Now there, I draw the line.
Morning, Mr. Clines.
Miss Claus in?
Yes, Mr. Clines, in the office. Come in.
Round 917.
Sorry to interrupt you, Miss Claus, but I wonder if you could spare a few minutes.
Won't you sit down?
We've had our differences over the past 12 months. Things haven't been going right, and well, I suppose I've been looking for someone to blame. I understand you haven't been taking a salary for a number of months.
Well, who told you that? Mr. Marshall?
No, it was Mr. Fulsham, last month after Bluey's accident. But that's not what I came to talk to you about. Well, I know a bloke who works for the opposition, Sutherland's, who up the street. Well, I bumped into him yesterday on the way home from work, and well, things are even worse with them than they are with us.
I know.
Well, look, I didn't. Well, look, I was content to, well, blame you for our misfortune. You see, it was easy to blame you, given your friendship with Mr. Fulsham.
I think you've said enough, Mr. Clines.
Well, I didn't mean to say that
Are you
either.
trying to apologise?
Well, yeah, I suppose I am.
We all make mistakes, Mr. Clines.
Like double orders. Done that myself before today. Well, I've said what I've come to say. Sorry. Oh, I misjudged you.
We try to do what we can in difficult circumstances.
You can say that again.
Mr. Clines. Thank you.
That chase around the ship, I thought my sides were going to split.
I wouldn't mind seeing that one again.
So, this is where the writer lives.
Yeah, well, I tried to get a garret, but I couldn't afford the rent. You thirsty?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a cover.
I've got a better idea. Voila.
Bottle of wine.
Why not? After all, it's a celebration.
First time I've been to your flat.
Nah, it's our anniversary. 3 months since we first went out.
Is it?
Yep. I just made the third payment on my car.
Oh. Do you like it here?
Oh, yes, it's quiet and comfortable.
You like being on your own?
Well, it's good for the writing.
Don't you get lonely?
No. Would you?
I think so.
I've got Lizzie to keep me company.
Lizzie?
The typewriter. We've been on many a trip together. Up north, to the outback, wherever my fancy takes me. A rider only gets lonely when he loses his imagination. Here. Let's sit on the sofa, eh? Cheers. Well, what do you think?
It's lovely.
We'll drink up. There's plenty more.
And you're trying to get me tiddly.
Get away.
Alan,
Hmm?
do you always want to live alone?
No. Not really. Why do you ask?
I just wondered.
One day I'd like a wife and a swag of kids.
How many's a swag?
I don't know. 7 or 8?
Good gracious, you're not a Catholic.
No.
Neither am I.
Well, that's got that cleared up.
If my mother could see me now. I hope I won't regret this in the morning. Shh. Did you plan it this way, Alan?
No.
A bottle of wine?
I had that before I met you.
I really like you, Alan.
I should hope so.
Love, you all right? Alan, is anyone in there?
No, not at the moment.
Can we talk?
Sure. What's the matter?
It's Leela. She's going to have a baby.
What's this all about, Alan?
Leela.
What about it? Got a smoke?
So what are you going to do about it?
What can I bloody do? I told her the right things.
Oh, what things?
They're supposed to work.
Yeah, well, they didn't, did they?
So what do you expect me to do, marry her? You gotta be bloody joking.
Yeah, well, you got to do something.
Like what?
I don't know. Have you tried talking to her?
Talk, all she does is blubber.
You can't just turn your back on her, Ron.
Look, how do I know it was me?
Come on.
How do I bloody know? She was bloody easy, I tell you.
Yeah. I bet you thought all your birthdays had come at once.
You all right now?
Can't tell my mum.
You'll have to tell someone.
We'll kill her.
Oh, you might be surprised.
She had more than she wanted herself. Hates my dad. What am I going to do?
We'll think of something.
Will you help me, Biddy?
Of course I will. And Alan's talking to Ron.
Save his breath. You will help me, Biddy.
Are you all right, Leela? There's still time to...
Wait inside. Have you got the money?
The girl's got it in an envelope.
Pick her up in an hour.
I think she thought it was me that did it.
Could have been you.
What?
It could have been me.
Don't say that.
Why not? It's true. The only difference between me and Leela is I was lucky. And what would I have done? I dread to think. Poor Leela.
She'll be all right.
Like blue, you mean?
It's not quite the same.
Isn't it? I think it's probably worse. Worse than losing a hand.
Oh, Alan.
She'll be right. You'll see.
Tucked up in your bed.
Don't even think about it.
I must. I must never forget it.
I'll make a cup of tea.
If it had been me, what would you have done?
You're putting me on the spot.
I never want to again, Alan. Not till I'm married. I love you, Alan Marshall.